Interactive session, and our topic is mind, isn't it? We are talking on the mind, mental health. Okay? So because it's interactive, I think I can start at any level because I am teaching. My subject is orthodontics, and we teach growth and development. So growth and development, one of the most important thing is the brain. So let's start from how much we know, or how much all of you know about our mind and our brain, so that I can move forward from that. See, why do we have, if you see all around now, people are under so much of stress every day, isn't it? Every day we are under so much of stress. If we take 100 years back, there was only one newspaper in the morning, isn't it? That's it, nothing else. And then you go for work, and whatever comes in the newspaper, that's all what you have as a news. Now what has happened? You have all the news on the TV, then you have on the click of a button, you get all the news on your mobile, and then you have your newspaper, online, the telephones are there, anybody you can just call, and what you hear on those news? Negative news. Why? Because everyone wants to hear negative news. BBC, CNN, whatever it is, they flash negative news. So what's actually happening? The little time we have as a spare time, what we do is we are tormented by this negative news day in and day out, on WhatsApp, on TV, on everywhere. Now, my topic is, what actually happens if you keep on listening to this negative news? Our brain becomes fatigued, isn't it? Yeah? You know which time of the day is your brain most active? Have you ever thought which part of the day or 24 hours is the time when the brain is most active?
For me, morning.
When you sleep.
Oh.
Yes, because when you sleep, the brain has got a lot of functions, because brain cannot sleep. Brain has to regulate everything, plan for all the hormones, for everything it has to do. So what actually happens? You put on those TV. TV is nothing but a light. It's like a torch light which is put on your brain, isn't it? It's a light emitting on your face. When a light is emitting on a face with news and those negative news which is there, you hear that and then you go to sleep. What is your brain thinking on? Brain is working on those news and the light which falls on your brain continuously throughout the night. Suddenly you get up. You wake up with all this, because your brain cannot sleep, because there was some disturbing news which you, and we want to listen to the disturbing news, isn't it? Now, this is what actually happens. So what you have to do first thing, all of you, before you sleep, 1 hour before you sleep, just have some dim light, listen to some soft music, a little bit of meditation. Means 5 minutes just spend not thinking about anything. Brain needs two important things. You know what is it? One is oxygen, and second is blood supply. Third is food. So if you starve and then go to sleep, and if your oxygen level in the room is less, your brain is fatigued, because brain has to work maximum at night. So what you need to do is take some deep breath. Take some deep breath, listen to some soft music, put on a dim light, and then slowly go to sleep. You'll have a peaceful sleep. On the other hand, you see about the bombing there and bombing here, and somebody kidnapped and there and this, and the light falls on you and you are disturbed. You go to sleep, you definitely will wake up. How many of you wake up at night? Yes, even I do that. I do wake up at night with something, and then you can't sleep, isn't it? Yeah. See, now we are talking about a normal person with a normal mind. Okay? We are talking about a person with a normal mind. This is called as a physiological mind, a mind which is physiology. Now the same mind can become a pathology. That means the biological system of your mind will change when it is constantly tormented by these thoughts and negative news. So, you would have heard of anxiety and depression. You know, there are so many other things, but mental health, anxiety and depression you would have heard, isn't it? So, what is anxiety and depression? Can anyone tell me what exactly it is?
Anxiety is fear.
Disturbance.
Extreme fear,
Depression is?
extreme sadness,
Huh? Sadness.
extreme
Sadness.
sadness.
So, to put it more in an elaborate way, depression is sadness about the past. You are sad about something which happened before. You are feeling guilty about something which happened before. You are sad about that. Okay? That is depressed. Anxiety is you are aware of something which is going to happen and you are anxious about it. So these are the two states and these two are interlinked. Most of the time, you can get over it, no issues. You get a sad news, somebody passed away, something happened, you get over it. But after a certain stage, if you have anxiety and depression in your system, that is known as the biological part. The first one I told you is the emotional part. Actually, the terms are used in both, but the terms are wrong. One is a physiology, that means it's a normal behavior. You know, you hear about anxiety and depression, you are anxious, you are depressed. The second is biology, that means like blood pressure, like diabetes, you have a disease called as anxiety and depression, which cannot be just suppressed by your own. After a while, thoughts keep on coming. Negative thoughts keep on coming, bombarding. Like, you know, if somebody has to enter the door, like I came in without knocking, just came in. Anxiety and depression, thoughts just come in without a warning. It just keeps on tormenting you. What do you have to do about it? You have to take help. You have to take help, okay? And there are two ways in which this help can actually manifest. One is you take help, do meditation, do exercise, and the most important thing is lifestyle change. The key word is lifestyle change. That means every day you get up from the same bed, every day you go to the same office, you come back to the same place. That cycle is not good for mental illness. You need to go for a swim, you need to go for somewhere else or play some badminton. This is known as lifestyle change. So lifestyle change is the most important part of controlling all this illness, number one. Number two, they say, you know, people, have you seen people with anxiety?
Yes.
They have breathlessness, you know. They feel breathless. They can't breathe because they are thinking too much. So what you need to do is just take some deep breath, hold it for a while, and breathe, exhale after some time. What happens during that? Because your mind is focusing on your breathing rather than on your thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? So your mind is focused on your breathing. So take deep breath, hold for some time, and slowly enjoy that exhalation, you know, that part which the air comes out. So this is the best exercise to deal with anxiety. And if the thought keeps on coming, you have to take medication. You have to take help. And medication, sometimes forever, sometimes it stops. But you have to believe the most important thing of all these illnesses is you should believe that you don't have an illness. This is the most important thing of beating a disease. I'm not talking about diabetes, I'm not talking about blood pressure. If you have it, you have it. I'm talking about mental illness. The first way to combat a mental illness is you should believe that I don't have that illness. So your mind will start working on it. You understand? You know, there's a very interesting lecture. I was just preparing. I'm not prepared for this lecture. I just came like that because I know that I can talk. On a very interesting lecture I was watching on the TV, the most famous person in the world who's supposed to be an intellectual. You know who it is? The most intellectual person till now?
No. Dalai
E is
Lama.
equal to MC squared.
Einstein.
Einstein.
Isn't it?
Okay.
Nobody knows what is E is equal to MC squared. Energy is mass into velocity of light. No correlation between the three. So he said that, and we all follow the science. So he was a dropout from school, okay, and he is supposed to be one of the most person with IQ. Now after his death, one pathologist in UK took his brain to do a study on the brain of Einstein. Do you think you can find anything? See, you take a tissue and cut it and see, you cannot find intelligence in a tissue, isn't it? Intelligence is thought. Intelligence is thought. Thought cannot be dissected and seen on a tissue. So they couldn't find anything. Why? Because, see, I'm looking at all of you. You have, or your mind will show as emotions to me. That emotion is a complex phenomenon which is there inside your brain. That is what I see, okay? So that cannot be dissected on a pathology specimen and find out the intelligence of a person, because it is a behavior. It is a behavior of a person. Now that the green light is there, I'll just go towards the end. The most important thing of our life for a mental health. First is take help. If you take help, you can go up and completely get a solution and come out of it. If you take help and don't believe, you go into a state where it is disastrous. So you can choose which way you want to take. There are few things which you need to do for that. The most important thing is forgiveness. Forgiveness is the most important thing for healing. Not easy. Not at all easy, but you need to practice that. If you keep anything in your mind, that will build up. It will make you angry, all the emotions will be there. It will kill you. And if I had time, I could have said few instances in my life where forgiveness has helped me. Anyway, I'll start with that.
One we can hear. Definitely.
I know you know that I was teaching in Sharjah University. Before that, I was teaching in another university. And I like to teach. I like, my basic thing is to talk and teach. I like it. But there was a person who was the head of me. He didn't know how to teach. And he allowed me to teach, but towards the end he realized that I'm taking too much of his cake. And everyone is listening to me. So we developed a rift between us. So what happened? I didn't do anything wrong. I was doing my work and going, but he went in and he started chasing me. So the whole night I was thinking next day what plan I will do to beat him up. Means, I need to win. I need to win with him. So I was not getting sleep. Every night my mind is working on next day, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to finish it, I have to do that, to tell all my friends. There's no way out of it. It's becoming more and more. But I thought, this is not going to work. I just took the phone and said, I won't tell his name, he's here. Please forgive me. I just took the phone and said, please forgive me. He got a shock of his life. Because we were like, two animals going to kill each other, and when somebody says, please forgive me, now if he sees me, he comes and hugs me. He comes and hugs me. We are the best friends now. Just that word, please forgive me what I said. I didn't do anything wrong. But that word actually helped me a lot. And now, the last part. There are three important things in life which you should remember if you want to move forward. There is four actually. The fourth one is what he said. I will repeat that. The first one is called as faith. Faith. That means you should have a faith that everything will be all right. See, I didn't prepare for this lecture, but I had faith that I can speak today. Second is hope. Hope is future. I hope that this is going to be a best lecture for me. That is my hope. And the last one is love. Without love, if I didn't have love for Toastmasters and for the people around you, my mission is not successful, it is not going to work. So three things. The first one is faith. Second one is hope. Third one is love. And which is the most important of all the three? Which is the most important of all the three?
Love.
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 Love is the most important of everything. Whatever you have towards anyone, just love everyone. Now, the last part. My father passed away around 5 years back, so my mother is alone, and she told me one golden sentence. Towards the end of life, you'll have only your spouse to hold your hand and be with you. Never forget that. Whoever may be, you can be the biggest person in the world, you have so many children, grandchildren. Finally, the person who will be there to hold your hand will be your spouse. So remember that part, whatever differences you have with that person. Because familiarity breeds contempt. Every day you see a person, you start picking up. I have a headphone in my home. After 5 minutes, I put it on. Why? Because sometimes when they have to say something, let them say, but I'm not hearing. Let it continue, because whatever they have to say. So with the headphone, I can see the lips moving. Doesn't matter. I just allow them to say anything. But finally, they are the ones who are there with you towards the end of life, till the last moment of time. So cherish those moments. Whatever differences are there, cherish those moments with your partner. Hold their hands. The holding the hand is the most important thing for a lady. For us, we don't know, but for them, holding the hand makes a lot of difference. Maybe they can add to that and let me know. True, isn't it? Yes. For us, it doesn't matter. But holding the hand gives them a lot of comfort, lot of love. So this is my message for mental health. So if you have, take help and come out of it. Don't torment over it and take the curve which is opposite. There's one very famous doctor in Kerala. He's one of the most top doctors. He used to get almost 50 lakhs per month during surgery. And he had depression. And he committed suicide. So successful doctor. But he had everything in life. Everyone is asking, why did he do that? Why did he do that? Because he said, he put a note in his pocket saying, I'm not able to do surgery like before. At 77 years, why bother? But that was his feeling. I cannot do surgery like before. Somebody who's earning ₹500 million every month committing suicide. Just imagine. So life is to be taken with these three things: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of all is love.
Love.
Thank you.
Thank you.